Elimination match in the lower bracket of Group A between Movistar R7 and GAM Esports. It's a revival of the MSI matchup where R7 came out to be victorious. Let's see whether or not GAM Esports this time can take their vengeance.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It is win or go home for the first time in the tournament, but before the player presentation, we look at Levi being ganked on by Lions, Audi, and Miro. He takes a huge chunk of damage, gets ignited, has to use his flash, his health bar ticks down, but he will survive. But nonetheless, the flash is taken away from him. We go on with the player presentation. Bong on the Gwen, Audi on the Jarvan, Miro on the Silas, C on the Kaiser and Lions on the Rel. And for GAM Esports, it's Ki on the Cassante, Levi on the Wukong, we saw him. Cardi goes in with the Syndra and Slayer and Pellet on the bot lane, on Xayah and Rakon. Rough start for the GAM jungler, and it might get even worse as Cardi is now ganked on by Audi after 3.5 minutes. He has to flash out of there, is suffering the red buff. His health bar doesn't pierce and Miro takes the kill. But now it's Levi going in with some frustration, try to trade one back. But Miro, he's saved by the level up. And also Audi, he hits level 4. And it comes in clutch. Levi still flashless, goes down. And we're 8 minutes into the game as it is Pellet making a grand entrance out of the brushes into the ignite. Lions answers back with a crash down, but Slater lets the feathers fly. And so it's the first kill for GAM Esports, going to the ADC. And on top of it, the first dragon and its infernal might goes to the team from the VCS. The LLA team answers back with the first herald of the game. And we're a bit under 10 minutes as we see Miro taking the scatter of the week, and then he disrespects the Syndra, goes back in and gets evaporated by unleashed power. We go into the top lane to Bong and Kiaya, and it's a false appearance that the GAM top laner is alone, because Levi was just waiting for the Cassante to bring the Gwen to the spot where he can take his first kill of the game. The Herald gets placed in the mid lane, and Levi now he's dived by Audi and by Bong, but it's only Audi who really commits to going after him. Miro tries to keep up, but he will be too late. And so the R7 jungler and mid laner will lose their life as Kiaya is now chasing down Bong and Lions. He's going for the Gwen, now followed by Levi and by Pallet. Bong gets low. Levi goes in, takes the kill. But under the turret, he will go down as well. It was a bit of a lack of cohesiveness there in the play of R7, and they will have to pay for it. With 3 lives, they're out the bot lane turret on the second dragon that will be taken by Levi. The tier 1 in the mid lane also already low. Sia and Lions, they are now trapped. And circled by 4 members of GAM. Pellet, he goes in, but he will be stunned. Flashes the crash down of Lions. Audi tries to save the scene with his cataclysm, but the turret will go down anyways. Miro comes in, steals the quickness from the Rakon, connects the charm, and they manage to take out Levi. But Cardi comes in from the river and he scatters the weak. And again, it will be 3 members of R7 taken out. And GAM, they only lose Levi. The VCS first seed looking good. They have won 2 important early team fights, and after they will have taken down the tier 2 in the mid lane. They're now sitting on a gold lead of 6,000, and they also obtain the second herald of the game and tear down the bot lane outer. And after 18 minutes, Levi goes in for the gang on Bong, who throws his hallowed mist, but it will only help him so much, as he gets bursted into the grey screen by Cardi and Levi, who will then summon the Rift Herald to tear down the inner turret. And we go over to the Hextech Drake that is dominating the Rift, and so it's Miro using the Hextech Gates, flying through the river, disarranging the formation of GAM. He's going for Cardi, he's joined by Audi, and Sion the Kaiser flies in with his ult, and they try to burn down the Syndra, and they will do so. Cataclysm onto Slater, who's thrown his feathers, managed to keep the distance, where he will be joined now by Kiaya, who takes Bong with his all out over the walls. Bong flashes back, but he will not escape the bird lady's feather blades. Levi in the brushes decides not to go for Lions, but the health bars on the sides of R7 pretty low, and so Kiaya decides to go in again, but he will be immediately bursted into the grey screen. And so GAM, they now back off. Pellet just about to go down, barely survives this one, but still the health bars of R7 just too low to go for an engage and take down the remaining members of GAM. They have to back away, recall, and give up soul point to their opponent that is now pretty comfortably sitting in the driver's seat for the moment, now going for the Baronesha, forcing R7 into the fight. But then it will begin with engage as they recognize that R7 is just too much split up. They burst down Audi before Bong even reaches the fight. Not to speak of Lions, Miro and Seo, who gets chased out of the river. Well, Bong was just turned into fish food in the river. And then it's Lions, pulled in by Kiaya, and Slater comes in for the triple kill. The Baron goes to GAM, and at that point, there's pretty much nothing that R7 could do to fend them off. They're rolling through the top lane, while on the other side of the bot lane, it's Bong desperately pushing the lane. But it is a 10k gold lead by now, and GAM, they're now joining in the top lane to crack open the base after 24 minutes, and it is Pellet going in. He gets stunned, ignited. Battle Dance is out of there. Just a little bit of a distraction while his team takes the inhibitor before they turn to burn the Hex tech for the Dragon Soul. Bong goes into the pit, but there's nothing that he could do to deny Levi taking the objective. And in the meantime, it's Audi pulled in and shredded down, taken out by Slater. And now R7 desperately going into the backline, but then it's Levi with the Cyclone triple kill. Slater takes out his role opponent for the ace. And GAM Esports with an all-out dominant performance. After a bit of a rough start, the early jungle invade on Levi, and the first 2 kills that were taken by R7, they will now take the lead in this series and take a step closer towards the revenge for the loss at the mid-season invitational earlier this year in London. Game number 2, both teams starting from the same sides. It's R7 with Bong on the Cassante, Audi on the Lee Sin, Miro on the Ari, Seo on the Kaiser, and Lions on the Rakon. Their opponent from the VCS goes in with Kiai on the Jax, Levi on the Vi, Cardi on the Syndra, Slater again on the Xayah, and Pellet on the Rel. It's a slow start to this game. R7 taking the first dragon, and we're already 8 minutes into the game. As we see a gank of Levi in the top lane. He goes in with a cease and assist, but it will be dodged by the Cassante W. Even Kiaya cannot catch the Cassante, and then it's a flash kick of Audi, throwing Levi under the turret, where he will be taken out. Epic play by both the R7 jungler and top laner. It will be rewarded with a Herald, and we go down into the bot lane. 10.5 minutes into the game. Pellet going in with the Rel on Lions. Knock up by the crash down. Slater and Levi coming with a follow-up. And the Rakon turns into ashes. And then it is Oh My Sweet Rift Lady, summoned in the mid lane, doing what she does best onto the outer turret of GAM, while they are taking their first dragon of the game. With 30 minutes into the game, we see a battle between the 2 top laners, where Bong gets stunned, but then answers back with a knockback into the ult out. Tries to bring Kiaya on this turret, just about to be successful with this. Both already lost a huge chunk of their health bars, but still Kiaya pushing in the wave, and Bong probably sensing a bit of an apprehension. But there's a GAM jungler about to come in, and so does Levi. The Enforcer comes in and smashes Bong behind bars. A couple of seconds later, Seo starting the engage on the Kaiser onto Slater. Joined now by Lions and by Audi. But Slater uses both as summoners to keep the distance. And now that he is joined by Pellet, they're now going for the re-engage. Slater stuns Lions with his Blade Caller. Pellet with the Magnet Storm keeps everybody in place. Lions goes down, Audi flashes over the wall, but straight into the arms of Levi. GAM, they take another 2 kills. Just a minute later, it's Levi and Pellet at topside river, looking and finding Audi, joined by Kiaya. It's a 3v2, but also in the mid lane where Slater gets taken out by Seo. And we're now looking at topside river where Audi dashes away, and Bong, he buys enough time for his team to join. Kiaya on the Jax, he's all alone in the Dragon Pit. R7 about to engage with 5 men. Kiaya gets knocked up, he has his flash, but he doesn't use it. Instead, it's Levi coming in with the wall break, and somehow they take out Bong. Manage to take out Audi as well, because R7, they cannot find the damage. GAM, they're just way more determined and cohesive, and Kiaya, he is still alive as Cardi takes out Seo. And now they chase down the remaining members of R7. Miro with the charm on Levi, but just like the blast cone, it won't help him much. Only the R7 supporter survives. GAM Esports, they can bring down the second herald of the game. Just like the Infernal Dragon, the third dragon of the game. And so it will be Infernal Soul later on. They tear down the bot lane tier 1. It will be traded back by R7 in the mid lane. We're a bit under 90 minutes now. Cardi and Levi going for Bong. The scatter the weak misses. So does the Vault Breaker. Bong tries to buy as much time as he can, because Miro, he's teleporting in. But he will be immediately attacked by the Vihold and the unleashed power of the Syndra. Look at this burst damage. He almost got killed instantly. And now it's Audi in the mix as well. But Bong, he isolates himself with the all out. And so this is the unwanted shortcut out of this fight for him. R7, they're on the retreat, followed by Slater, who steps in too far, gets chomped, and immediately popped after it. Kiaya with the counter-strike on Seal, but he cleanses it away. And so this fight ends with a trade 1-for-1. After tearing down the outer turret on the mid lane, GAM now in a gold lead of 3,500, going now for Soul Point. Leroy with the engage on Mirror and Seal, immediately followed by Kiaya on Pallet. Kiaya chases down the Ari. Bong with the all-out on Cardi, just about to take him out, but he will go down instead for another time. Zio gets the shutdown on Kiaya, but nonetheless, R7 again on the retreat. Lines with the knock-up, tries to buy some time for Zio and Adi to get away. Pays for it with his life, but still, Slater takes him and his ADC out for a double kill. And now 25 minutes have almost passed as Lions gets chased down by Kiaya, Levi and Pallet. His charm cannot save him from the grey screen. Miro and Oni forced to be spectators. But we take a look at Sio, who gets stunned by the QE of Carti, Syndra. The bot lane of R7 has been wiped off the map. Kiaya, in the middle of the remaining 3 members of the LLA first seed, gets killed in return. And now GAM turning their backs on the lane, going through the jungle, moving towards the Baron Nashor. They're going to start it, either to take it or to force R7 into the next team fight. They will be pretty much content with both, because they will probably have the upper hand if they play it right. Bong stunned by the Scatter the Weak. Levi follows, but R7 top laner flashes over the wall. And here we go again, starting everything from scratch, but this time GAM, they will back off behind the Dragon Pit. And R7, they're closing in to the pit. Bong comes in with the TP, and now it's all 5 members. R7, they're going for the Baron flip now. Miro with the Ari charm misses, but instead it's a Scatter the Weak that connects to Miro and Lions. Lions gets out, while Miro gets sent to the base. Kiaya finds Sio in the backline, but he has to go into the stopwatch because Adi and Lions are there. Protect the ADC, but just for the moment. The Kaiser will be wiped off the river as well. And so another team fight and another Baron goes to GAM Esports. And we're now 28 minutes into the game, and it's Levi with the engage, followed by Cardi and Slater. The damage is insane. R7 are split up. Zio and Adi are stunned by the Rel Q, and then the R7 ADC goes down to the Feather Storm of Slater. Adi managed to flash away into safety, and now we look at Bong, attacked by Cardi and by Levi. The Cassante low on HP, but we all know that he doesn't need it, especially when he's controlled by Bong. But it will be not more than a quantum of solace that he gets the kill on Cardi before Levi gets the kill on him. Because GAM, they take down the inner turret. Then they go to turn and burn down the dragon for an infernal dragon soul. And if there ever was a silver lining left for R7 before, it has now vanished. Because here comes GAM Esports. Bong with a desperation TP into the backline. Gets spotted, gets melted down. Adi falls as well. Lions does a little bit of dancing through the lines of GAM Esports. When Kiaya tries to take out Zio, he gets ignited by Lions, who gets then taken out by Slater for a triple kill. Goes for Zio, takes the Quadra. Will it happen again? Yes! Yes! Slater collects the second Panther kill in this tournament already on the playing stage. GAM Esports, they take the series with a statement as Slater sends home R7 with a Panther kill. The perfect revenge for them for the loss at the mid-season Invitational this year.